Hello again. I decided to make another one eventually. It's Eilya Maa'yan. Made myself some coffee. So I'll just maybe it'll be short, maybe I don't know if I'll have what to say. It's all improvisation. Like improvising. Sorry, but not the one that I like. At least there's ganja here, Not in every place you can smoke. Here, you can. It is unallowed, but it's happening. Relationship with people is something very complicated to begin with, and most relationship are lousy. Even those that looks fine, people, especially on Facebook, they love it. They love those beautiful, friendly picture, and so they lived happily ever after. Everyone there is so happy. They love to pretend that everything is good. They have good friends and they are in the parties, they are with the right people in the right places. They like this, to give this impression. Even if it has nothing to do with the truth. Now, many are not aware that the fact that the relationship sucks because this is all they ever known. They don't know anything else. They don't know there is another option. This is what they know, this is what they are used to, and that's it. So it's fine with them because they're not present to actually understand what kind of dynamics they're having. Many relationships are destructive, but you need a lot of knowledge when it comes to psychology and human behavior in order to be able to recognize it. Otherwise, you are caught in those vortexes and you are not aware of the manipulation, and you just don't know. And you just fall into it. You don't have too much choice. Later on, you might be sitting with yourself at home and what an idiot I was. Why did I say that and that? I could say that and that and that and that, and I could say that and I couldn't say that. After you are relaxed, now you sit at home, now you think about things, now you have a completely different conversation in your mind with the same person. You just had a true one. You are a completely different person now once you think about it. You should have said other things than you said. Whatever you said, you shouldn't. You should have said something else. And you know that. But it's too late. Why? Why can you sit later at home and realize that you should have said other things and it was a shitty dynamic? Because now you are at home, you are relaxed. You don't have impressions, too many impressions around you. You don't have interruptions. You focus. You've recorded it. Now you analyze it. Now you have the time and the concentration needed. Your intuition worked immediately in the situation. Automatically your intuition worked and rejected this dynamic somehow. Maybe you don't know exactly how, but it did. You just couldn't understand. Once it happened, you were not there enough to get it, what is happening, and once you got it, it was too late, and now you are hurt, and someone already threw the poison at you, and it's too late. And all you can do is sit at home and regret that you didn't behave differently, that you're stupid. You are not stupid. You were just asleep. You were not present enough to respond at real time. Shifted people, most of them, almost all of them, reached there through spiritualism. You know, they took a long spiritual path in life. So spiritualists usually will not seek for a job in the matrix, you know? Like police, secret services. Shifted people are too bizarre and too different and usually they're too spiritualist, too sensitive to energy to do those works. But when it comes to skills needed, it's the exact skills they need. What makes a good soldier or a good commander in the army or a good agent in the secret services or a good commander? This person's ability to be fully present and respond immediately, wisely, at the time, not to think about it later. What have you? No. Once it happens, you need to be quick, okay? You need to be present. In order to be a good secret agent, even if you are not a Buddha spiritually and you are not shifted, but the level of awakeness that you need in terms of being fully present is close to a shifted one. If you don't have it, you will be a lousy secret agent. You need to be present and very intelligent to be a good one. You need to respond when things happen immediately and to respond well. Not, again, not later to think about it. No. Once it happens. Today, I don't... Fuck the education system, okay? I think the education system sucks, but severely. The teachers are autistic. I don't know what's wrong with them. All of them are kind of... Something's wrong with them. They're asleep. And this generation is different. You can call them indigo children, but you can call them in all kinds of names. They're different. And the old ways are not working with them at all. So, those stupid didactic diagnosers, how do you call those stuff in English? Whatever, those that gives the stamp to your child that he is either autistic, have autistic lines in his personality, all kinds of crap, ADD, ADHD, ADR, מה שלו. Crap, okay? They're just putting stamp on your child for nothing. The only reason you have concentration problems, and the children have them a lot, they always had, but now it's more, it's because they are not fully present, and they are not fully present because the school sucks, and the teaching sucks, and it's the same fucking system for like 200 years. The whole world has changed, but not the education system. Still a teacher, still boring, still, I don't know, something's wrong with them, all of them. It's like a disease they have, the teachers, and they have this teacher's accent, you know? I don't know, so something happens to people once they become teachers. I don't know what they are doing to them in those colleges that manufacture teachers. I don't know what they're doing to them. Something wrong. So, You put a child that is already, his mind is bombed with too much impression from the technology and from everything, in this cold environment, boring teacher, boring subject. What do you expect him to do? To be fully present? Of course he'll be looking at the, I don't know, at the window and dream about another place and another time. And of course, what do you think will happen? That he'll be fully concentrated in this boredom, in this pathetic teaching? What do you want? After he is exposed and she's exposed to so many movies and everything is so action and visual, and now this old geek or whatever she is, now she wants to teach him what? Geography? It's boring. The education system sucks. Needs to be changed completely. So they have no problems. The children have no problems. Stop putting stamps on your children, you infantiles. They have no problem. The system sucks. They are way more advanced than the old generation. They're better, not worse like you think. But it's the old ones are putting the stamps on them. It's the old frequency. It's the old ways are trying to push the new ones into this madness. And what do? They stamp them as like crazy. Whatever this ADD, ADHD, it's like something's wrong with the person. Like a disease, something, mental, whatever, something's wrong. They give them drugs. Ritalin and all of this shit. There's nothing wrong with the child. The system sucks. Stop drugging the children. Change the system. It sucks. And let the new ones do the management. Let the old people go home. Enough. They've done their part. It's the education system. You need to change it completely, that it will fit the children. Stop trying to make the children fit into this shitty system. Change the system. Ignorant robots. Any concentration problem you have is due to the inability to stay fully present, to keep your consciousness in the here and now. And many times it's because the things that you are supposed to be concentrated in are not within your entrance. You go to the academy to get a degree, not to really study anything. Most of what they teach you in order to get a fucking degree is crap, okay? Most of what you are exposed to, the knowledge you are exposed to as someone that is going to become academic, okay? The knowledge that you have to learn in order to get a degree, whatever it is, most of it, you don't need it. It's crap. It's just part of the system. This is how the system, and no one is changing it. It's insane. It's really insane, but no one has even the guts to say anything. So you have to actually pollute your mind. You know that you're, as long as, even if you are shifted, but through the shift it's different. If you are an ordinary person, okay, you have a certain capacity in your mind, in your brain, of the knowledge and the impressions you can handle. You cannot have too much information. Your mind's gonna explode. It's like you need room. It's like the hard disk. Hard disk. Yeah. All right. It's like the hard disk is full. You need to empty it to get some more knowledge, to get some more data, to store that, something like that. Once you fill your brain with so much information that you don't need, it's just crap, this academic crap, you don't have space for anything else. Not even within studying. You don't even have space to gain the knowledge that you need to have good relationships. You know, or any other knowledge. There's no room. Your mind is bombed with crap because you want the fucking piece of paper to put on your wall that you are educated. You were educated by mad people, but you are educated. The university gave you a degree. What is the university? You never ask this question. It's beyond you. Who created the university? Who decided what you will learn and why? You've never asked those questions. No, you are going for the degree like a robot. To have some security in life, you think. 10 years from now, no degree will worth nothing. Prophecy. It'll be crap. Technology will beat everything, including medicine. Robots will do the work, not humans. Surgery is everything. So, whatever education you have, within 10 years, it's just gonna be old story. You have people that creating startups, becoming millionaires. Children, 16, 17 years old, no education from no kind of just creativity and understanding how things change and what happens to the world now. Just being, dynamic, rolling with the life. The degrees are kind of pathetic. They were pathetic, now they are completely pathetic. So you need to fill your mind, your brain with this crap that you don't need. You know it, that it's crap. You just do it for the degree. No room for anything else. So you know some profession, you've learned it. Most of the knowledge you have nothing to do with it. It's just crap. And your mind is full. You don't have room for anything else. And you are also programmed with this knowledge. It's the conservative knowledge. It's all theories. It's not the truth, but you don't know that because it is served to you like science. And you cannot tell the difference between science and scientism because your consciousness is asleep. And even though intellectually you do understand the quantum physics, you don't understand what it means. Whatever understanding you have at Pshat consciousness for the quantum physics is so basic. Einstein understood it deeply because he was shifted. He was a Buddha. He was awakened. He didn't came up with that. It's not his invention, the quantum physics. There was a David and a Niels, I don't remember their names. Niels Bohr and David something. Someone else came up with that, of the quantum physics. There is no other science but the quantum physics, but they don't relate to it seriously because they cannot handle what it means. The quantum physics is a theory that is proven. So it's not so much of a theory if it's a theory that is proven and you can prove it over and over again. Eventually, the quantum physics, they had a variety of experiments to prove it. Eventually, the quantum physics is telling you that any observation you are doing, and in order to create a research, whatever it is, you need observation. You observe things, you observe what is happening, you observe the response to all kinds of stimulation and manipulation you are creating in your so-called research. The quantum physics tells you that the scientific experience you are making, you're seeking for something, right? When you make a research, you're seeking for something. You want to find something even new. There is also always a question behind a theory or a question behind the research, and then you prove it or you don't. So the quantum physics will tell you that the answer you will be getting, the result of the experiment, is either created or affected by the state of mind / consciousness / power of thoughts of the person, the scientist in this case, that is creating the experiment. So if, theoretically speaking, if the scientist will fully believe that the answer to the question he is asking is X, most likely this is what he will find. So he's not really discovering anything, he is sort of creating it, the results of the experiments. Now, the quantum physics tells you that, however, if it was so simple, we could decide, I am a scientist, I'm researching cancer, let's say. I'm a good person. And someone that I love, let's say, have cancer. I have interest to find true one. I will truly believe now, I will program my consciousness to decide that this experiment, I'm finding a cure for cancer. Will it work? Probably not. Why? Because you are not the individual you think you are. And once you are doing this experiment, you are connected to a lot of people with power of consciousness and ideas and opinions about the question you are asking about this. There is a lot of power of consciousness from other people surrounding you or everywhere that will affect. And you have the global consciousness of people generally, and especially those with cancer, that, you know, some people become sick because it is something they need to learn in life, you know, and maybe within karma or within energy, it's not the right thing to find now a cure for cancer. Maybe it won't serve all of the feeling, thinking creatures. So you are dependent on other people's consciousness. But theoretically speaking, let's say that you have a group of scientists, 20 of them, Only they know about the experiment. You don't have other people sharing their consciousness or their echoing on this subject. Only those 20 people, they all support the same thing, the same result to the experience, okay? They support the same thing to find a certain answer to the certain question. And they can actually do it, like program their mind to echo that, then it might work. If it's the whole group and they have a lot of power of conscience, and then, because they are already reliable, because people believe scientists, they'll speak out, they'll tell about the research to the collective consciousness in television, and then the majority will start supporting this idea and it will become completely real, and then you can have like a cure for cancer, yes. But you need them to work together, that there will not be echoing, a consciousness echoing that will destroy it, that will go against it. It's only energies, it's wave. You need to fight all kinds of patterns of consciousness and waves of energy in order to create something new. Because the old always try to control, to echo, to, you know. It's a sort of a consciousness war. I'll end this video for now. Time is running fast. I'll end this one and I'll think if I want to have another. I'll think of it. Alright, so goodbye for the meantime. I'll just show you some candles that they'll have some light, okay? And so shall be light. There you are. Alright, they have some candles. Okay. So, it was Eilya Maa'yan here. Maybe I'll come back, maybe I won't. Goodbye for the meantime.